equal pay in a job. I go, why equal? That's retrograde.
OK.
I'm better than two men.
Vicky, what do you think?
Well, I've actually had this happen to me before. On one of the TV shows I've been doing over the years, I got sent one of my male co-stars' contracts by mistake. And I was therefore privy to all of the information, all of his contract particulars. I found out sort of what class of travel he was travelling in. I found out he was getting paid almost 4 times what I was getting paid. Yeah.
What did you do with that information?
I used it against the company. I used it to get more money for myself.
But did you get equal pay with him?
In the end, for what I ended up working...
Rate per hour you ended up...
Exactly, yeah, it didn't.
Like Jennifer Lawrence have said, it emerged, didn't it, when Sony Pictures was hacked, that she earned far less than her co-stars for American Hustle, and she went on and won the Academy Award. And afterwards she said, well, I can only blame myself. It proves I was a lousy negotiator. And surely the bottom line is that if you've got the confidence, like you did, to go back and say, I'm worth it, if more women had the confidence, there wouldn't be this disparity in pay.
But I don't think it's down to confidence. I just think in society we should be giving men and women equal pay, and then anything you negotiate over and above that, then that's great, the benefits and stuff. But if you're working in, let's say, a supermarket, everybody who is doing that job, particular job, the same job, should be getting paid the same money. Isn't that just common sense?
Yeah, of course it is legally, but bosses will always try and get round it. So can you explain to me, if we all believe in equal pay and the government, there's legislation to ensure that equal pay is supposed to have happened...
The name and shame.
Yeah, but today the government's going to publish a report that's the result of an inquiry into the financial services sector, which is a huge industry in this country, employing loads of women, not just in banking, insurance and everything else. And this report finds that the difference between men and women's pay in that sector is 40%.
Yeah, it's disgusting.
Men earn 40% more than women.
And that probably explains why in the FTSE 100 companies you have got hardly any women going for that top jobs, because actually a lot of women realise, you know what, I actually can make more money setting up my own business and have the lifestyle that I want and make the choices that I want. So that's probably why we don't have that many women in the company.
And I think as well, when you're talking about the FTSE 100 and you're talking about women and men at the very, very pinnacle of careers that in the country and in the world, that's not necessarily relevant to people who are doing their day-to-day job.
The relevance is that there's still a 19% pay difference on every job in Britain.
What I was going to say, Janet, was that I've been there. My very first job when I came out of college was I worked in marketing, and I discovered after a few months of being there, that I was being paid less than a male co-worker who not only was younger than me, but less qualified than me. I had a degree. He didn't even have his A-level results yet. He was taken out on lunches with clients. I was left in the office. He was given the more interesting jobs to do. I was given the very basic jobs to do. And this was, oh gosh, nearly 30 years ago. And I remember I started writing a diary. I was very practical about it. I asked my dad what I think, what he thought I should do. He said, just keep a note on everything before you do anything. I kept a log of all the times where I had been unfairly treated. And then eventually I took it to the sort of senior supervisor. And his response was that I should be thankful that I had a job at all.
Oh, it's just...
It was a foreign company that was based in this country. And he said, if you were working in my country, you would have to walk out the door backwards. And so I quit right there and then. But what I did do was, because I'd kept a log of everything, I sent it to the CEO back in the country where the company was based from, and all around the company, and I whistle blew. But then I left, and OK, I didn't necessarily do anything about it and stay and fight, but I'd like to think that anybody who was employed after me got the benefit of my whistleblowing, which is, I think, sometimes that's all you can do is whistleblow and leave. You can't fight while you're in there.
We've had...
If you thought that got heated, wait until you watch these and click here to subscribe. You may as well. It's totally free.
It's fine. If you want to be an ordinary human being, that's absolutely great, but give us back the £33 million a year that we fund you to the tune of.